Kick the dust up. Come on. All week long, it's a farming town.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ozarks Sports Report YouTube show. I'm here with Guy Newcomb, also Scoreboard Guy, who's also on Jock 98.7 in Springfield, Missouri. And Guy Newcomb, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well, Adam. How are you?
Doing really well. Well, we got some questions for you to give you on today. First question is, how long have you run your Scoreboard Guy on Jock 98.7?
Well, it started back in 2007 with just basketball at that time, and then added football, I believe, 2009, 2010, and now all the sports pretty much at this time.
Adding all the sports here across the Ozarks. And what is your coverage area? What area do you usually go to around this area? Do you cover Missouri and Arkansas, or what all do you cover?
Typically, it's just Missouri, but as far as the coverage area, I'll get scores out of the St. Louis area, out of the Kansas City area, up north Missouri. Now, that's not the reach for ESPN Radio. I mean, unless you get the app, you can get the Radio Springfield app, and you can listen to it anywhere in the world. But as far as just your car radio, probably Lebanon, north to maybe Osceola, and then south of the Arkansas line.
Good coverage area. And now where'd you go to school at to go be in the radio business?
I did not go to school to be in the radio business. I actually, out of high school, went to Kansas as a quarterback, and then some injuries and illness kind of kicked me out of school. Not kicked me out of school, but kept me from going to school. And then I went back, played baseball, worked for the Braves, Reds, and the Pirates for on and off for maybe 6-7 years, and then got my degree in education. So as far as speaking, I was very comfortable talking to a classroom. But being on the radio is a little bit different, but that's kind of how I got started. I was just a fan.
Just a fan. And do you have a favorite sports team that you follow here in the local area?
I really don't have a favorite team. The only team I really live and die with are the St. Louis Cardinals, and right now I'm dying because they're just not very good. But as far unless I've got blood on the floor, if I've got relatives playing or coaching, I will root for that team or root for them to do well. But outside of that, I don't have. I mean, my alma mater is Mount Vernon, so I always like to see them do well. But I don't have a rooting interest really in any particular team.
Also, with the other thing about Jock 98.7, how long have they been in the Springfield area for?
Well, it's probably going back 60 or 70 years. Now, as far as it being an ESPN station, that's probably been maybe 4 or 5 years. They were, I believe, Fox Sports prior to that. I believe they went all sports because it used to be Rock 99. 98.7 was a rock and roll station. They went all sports maybe 18, 19 years ago.
And also, you don't live in the Springfield area, but you cover like North and Polk County, which that's also a big area, which is, that's Bolivar, Morrisville, Humansville, Wablo, that area, Polk County League, a little bit of Mid-Lakes, and then also an independent school. Do you also cover games when you're away from the studio?
I do. I'll get out to as many basketball games as I can. I've got a daughter that's playing, basketball this winter, so I'll be at a lot of her games. Obviously, the Blue and Gold, the Tournament of Champions, and then I host some shootouts around Southwest Missouri, and I'll be in attendance there as well.
Got a lot of meat on your plate for those big tournaments. Now, what else do you do, like when it comes springtime, when baseball season's going on, softball, and also track? What do you do during the spring season during the high school's year?
Typically, it's just a Saturday show. I don't have a scoreboard show for the spring sports because there's so much going on with baseball that's on the air. You got Springfield Cardinals will dominate the airtime at that time. So I don't have any airtime, but I'll get out to as many contests as I can, and I'll participate in that way. And then I'll get the scores up from the baseball games and soccer matches in the spring and whatever else. If they send it to me, I put it up.
Also, that Twitter is active that you have. The Scoreboard Guy on Twitter, it's pretty active. You retweet a lot. And what does that also show that you bring to your Twitter when you retweet everybody, or all the scores that come out of the Ozarks and also from Missouri mostly?
Yeah, they'll send them to me, and I don't I don't do the copy and paste thing. If someone takes the time to type it up, they're going to get credit for it, and then I just retweet it. I don't see everything, but if they do send it at ScoreBoardGuy, I will see it because it comes up on a different page. And Friday nights are tough because there may be 85, 90 football games going on that I'm getting scores from, so I've actually got to have someone on my Twitter account doing that because I'm calling a game at the same time. So it's tough to keep up with the Twitter, call a game, and do all of that. That's just too much work. And then I've got someone who puts the scores up, so I get in the truck and do the scoreboard show.
That's awesome. Do you also have any future plans to do in your show, like in the near future? Like, say, come basketball season or come baseball season, what would you like to do? Like, say, if the Springfield Cardinals aren't on Jock 98.7, what would you like to do in the near future with baseball or basketball or softball?
That's tough because it's, right now when I started, the Friday night football games that last 2 weeks of August, and I'll go for about 40 weeks in a row where I'm doing, Friday night, a Saturday show, and then during basketball I'm doing a Tuesday, Friday, Saturday show, and then I get into spring. That's kind of my time to kind of recuperate and relax and kind of get caught up and then start working towards next year with the shootouts and some of the other things. So I really don't have time. I'd hate to put any more on my plate than what I've got right now.
Now, going away from Jock 98.7, what do you like to do usually, like, in your personal time? Like, what do you like to do in your spare time when you're away from the radio booth or away from the broadcast booth?
I like to cook. So this over the weekend I smoked a tri-tip. Last night I had some fried fish, fried taters. I do enjoy cooking. I enjoy getting out and playing some golf, and then kind of chasing my kids around, watching. My son is a freshman football player at Bolivar. My daughter, who is going to play basketball right now, she's involved in with tennis, so I'll get involved there. But outside of that, I like to cook, play golf, and kind of sit on the back porch and just watch. I'm right next to Southwest Baptist University, so I get an opportunity there to watch, football games, football practices, soccer matches, which they've had one every Sunday for the last 6 weeks at home. So just being outside.
Definitely being outside. And now, final question is, do you see yourself staying at Jock 98.7 for however long you want?
I don't know if it'll be however long I want. They make that decision, but as long as they'll have me, I'm quite pleased to be there.
That's going to wrap up our show for today. We hope you enjoyed our show for today. We hope you enjoyed us sitting down with Guy Newcomb, or Scoreboard Guy, from Jock 98.7 in Springfield. If you want to stay connected with him through his social media, be sure to like him on Facebook, follow him on Twitter. His Twitter is @ScoreBoardGuy, and whenever he retweets, we retweet as well. Also, check out his website. His website is going to be ScoreBoardGuy.net. Once again, that's ScoreBoardGuy.net. That's his website. If you want to stay connected with us through our social media, be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and check out our website. Our website is ozarksportsreport.wixsite.com/Ozark Sports Report. So for one final time, I want to thank Guy Newcomb, Scoreboard Guy from Jock 98.7 in Springfield, for coming down to Crane and being on our Ozark Sports Report show. And for one final time, I want to say I'm Adam Smith from the Ozark Sports Report saying, have a good day, everybody.
Just better have your boots on. Kick the dust up. Back it on up. Fill your cup up. That's what's up. Let's kick the dust up.